we've all been through different traumas, and unbeknownst to me, my career as a first responder dealing with postmortem care and what that can do to the mind, and that can actually reinforce dissociative tendencies and behaviors. It's a protective mechanism that a lot of first responders learn to develop. And then with the painful divorce, that dissociative mechanism and compartmentalizing of feelings was further reinforced as a protective mechanism against pain. I think the first time I ever felt like something was not all right was in 2015. I came home from work. I felt good on the inside and outside, had a good day, and I said hi to the kids, and my daughter marched right up to me and grabbed me by my tie and yanked me so I was eye to eye with her, and she said, "You know, it's okay to be sad sometimes, Dad." And it just struck me so hard that she saw that. In that moment, I felt that something in my life needed to change, or I needed to change the way I see the world. It's kind of like if you put a teapot on an oven and it starts to whistle a little bit. You just kind of know you have to do something with that whistle. When we received the medicine, the little cup of ayahuasca, and I drank my first cup and I sat on my mat, I didn't really feel anything for about 30-40 minutes, and I kind of laid back and started letting my mind wander, but as soon as I closed my eyes, the journey started for me. And I feel like I went through this beautiful colored tunnel that was transporting me to really another world. And when I opened my eyes again, I started looking around, and I knew I was in the middle of a jungle. I was deep, deep in the forest. I could smell the trees and see this beautiful path. There was this sound asking me to just journey forward, and I did. And I came upon this beautiful tree of life. I knew it was Grandmother Ayahuasca. I lost my mother to metastatic breast cancer when I was 3, but her spirit was absolutely there, waiting at the base of the tree. And I approached her. You know, she embraced me and told me how much she had missed me. And you know, after we embraced, she kind of looked at me and said, "You know, I love you and I miss you, but why have you disrespected myself and you so much?" And I was shocked. And I said, "What do you mean?" And I remembered this conversation where she said, "Do you think they were accidents? Don't you realize I placed them in your life for you so that they could give you the love I couldn't give you? And yet you're so not present in that divinity that I placed in your life." And as I'm talking to her, my ex-wife, my current girlfriend and partner, my daughters, my kid's godmother, they all sort of came and sat in a circle around me. And I looked at each one of them, and I remember my mom saying, "You know, you still don't get it, so let me show you." And she clapped. And in a second, I remember my soul leaving my body and entering my ex-wife's body. I felt this level of pain I'd never, ever known before. And then instantly, I also felt like the greatest love I've ever felt in my life. It all made sense to me suddenly that the difficult divorce we went through and the court battles and all that was not from a place of hate. It was from a place of love. And then as quickly as I realized that, my soul got sucked out of her body and then placed into my girlfriend's body, and I got to again experience everything from her eyes and trying to help me and save me and be there for me. And then my soul got sucked out again and put right into my daughter's bodies. My field of vision even went down to their eye level, so I could look at me through their eyes and start to realize their thoughts, which is like, why is our dad never present? My mom asked me, like, now you understand. You asked to see the different side, I've shown you the different side, go forth and and live differently. And I did. I had been looking at the world from one perspective. I wasn't viewing it from a lens of love. I was viewing it from a lens of resentment and hurt and never being present in the moment fully. Kind of made it a mission to bring as much healing and groundedness to people as possible. And I want to imagine that ayahuasca had a lot to do with that. My name is Navid Amini, and for me, ayahuasca felt like a permission slip to be in a world that exists all the time, every day. I just didn't know how to tap into it.